You will need fastening rails to ensure perfect interlock. These should be installed at a distance of approximately 50 centimeters. You can level out minor irregularities on the wall using spaces or wooden shims. Start the installation in the left-hand corner. The groove side should be facing upwards. Now, simply mark and saw off. This applies for all boards in the first row. Initial and end clips are supplied for installing the first and last row of boards. Transfer the center point of the rail onto the rear of the board. Down the clips on the rear of the boards, making sure not to over-tighten them. Simply twist the clips into the fastening rail and push down onto the groove. The board is now secured and seated properly on the groove side. Interlock the next board at the edge joint of the previous board and click into the fastening rail. You reach the last row. First, cut off the groove side of the board. At the desired height to finish off properly, cut off the actual groove itself. Now transfer the marking to the rear side of the respective board. Secure the initial and end clips in the same way as with the boards of the first row. Angle in the boards. Simply screw the molding onto the surface. Using the appropriate screws, allow yourself to be inspired by the comprehensive HARO collection and create your own individual living style. First, determine the desired value location and route the rough plumbing. Wrap sealant tape on the threads of the inlet pips. If needed, remove the plaster guard from the valve. Orient the valve so the arrow points in the direction the water will flow. Then construct suitable support framing for the valve. Once the finished wall is installed, refer to the guard to determine which length screws to use for the installation of the valve trim. Then use a Phillips screwdriver to unthread the screw and remove the guard from the valve. Install the leak shield to the valve. using 2 screws thread the 3rd screw into the valve stem until it is flushed with the front of the leak shield. Verify both plastic bearings are in place. Then install the push button. The valve trim comes with both a round and a square face plate. Select the trim desired for your installation. Fit the face plate over the leak shield. Then rotate it clockwise into place. Ensure the push button is not loose. If the button is loose, remove the face plate and button, and unthread the screw as necessary until the button is no longer loose. Mark the location of the bracket. Connect the 3/8" panel inlet pipe to a drop ear elbow, then connect the water supply. Secure the drop ear elbow. Then install the bracket by securing each corner of the bracket, with at least 2 number 8, 1 1/2" screws per corner. To install the shower unit, start by threading a leveling nut onto each stud on the bracket. Then move the shower unit into place on the bracket, so the leveling nuts stick through the unit and the outside edges of the panel. That the foam gasket is compressed between the shower unit and the drop ceiling. If there are any visible gaps, fill them with 100% silicone sealant. Turn on the water to flush any debris from the system. Slide the 2 edges without corners onto the sides of the panel, so they fit into the corner pieces. Finally, slide the other edge with corners onto the other end of the panel. All the set screws securely. Gently pry the covers off the corner. After about a minute, the Delo function will be ready to go. Press and hold the push button for at least 1 second. Take your house within a day, with the 1 glass insulation from Rock. Probably for the subsequent insulation of double shell outer walls. This is an economical and quick solution. The glass density is tested using a test basket. This ensures that the insulation material is blown into the upper layer, with the desired compression. Holes are drilled in the joints to check the condition of the wall. Don't worry, stones from the masonry will not be damaged with an endoscope. The expert will check in some places, how the gap can be filled. Now the actual process can be states with high air pressure. He non-combustible. Rock HD plus ROCKWOOL flakes are blown from the bottom up into the hollow space and are highly compacted. This prevents them from collapsing later on and the insulation stays where it belongs, ensure optimum heat protection and best energy efficiency within a short time. Large areas are completely and safely insulated. All this without great efforts for the client, without scaffolding construction, without dirt and noise. First we excavate, build a form, apply a gravel base, and drop wire mesh. We'll use the skid steer to transport the concrete. We're spreading the concrete with a concrete rake. We're using a hand float tool to begin leveling the surface. A metal straight edge will assist in leveling the surface. We're using a jitter bug to push the aggregate down, leaving the paste on top. Now we'll use a bull float to smooth the paste. We'll use an edger to do some pre-edging. Now we'll cut the control joints. Now we'll use the hand float tool to go over it one more time. We'll use a broom to apply the finishing design. Now we'll do the final edging. To complete the job, the curing and sealing agent is applied.